Now we live, man. I messed up.
Now we
We
live?
had live, no sound. You know,
Oh, we went live with no sound, but that's
I was
cool.
in the salt water yesterday, man. You know how I get when I get rock water.
Okay, Disco was in the water, but you ain't have to. Oh, okay, you ain't fresh off the inner tube.
Yeah.
Man, he fresh off the water. That's when I met you, when you fresh off the
I
water.
went back.
You went back.
I relapsed.
It said he done relapsed.
Yeah, so y'all can talk now. We good. We live.
Okay, we good. We got all the technical difficulties
Yeah.
out the way. I sound like a superhero in this thing, man.
But I turned down some.
Oh, okay, just a little
Let
bit.
me get off y'all show.
Oh, okay, no, you all right, bro. You can keep your face up there for ID purposes.
Yeah.
You know, we never know. We might have ICE watching. Anybody on ICE see a face that look familiar, look like somebody y'all. But how's everybody doing? Thank y'all for joining us again. It's another week of the J.Gerrad show. I'm very glad to have my guy back in the chair, Elijah James. We are in the locker room tonight, y'all. We gonna get to it. But I do want to say first. No, Elijah, how was your week?
Man,
Let's start there. How your week's been? And come on with it.
My week's been
Come
good,
on,
man. I
man.
can't complain, man.
Okay.
I'm grateful. I'm grateful. Can you hear me?
All right.
Yeah.
I'm grateful. I'm alive. Had a little bout with the COVID, but
Okay.
you see,
No, wait, what?
yeah, I mean, it was what it was.
Coronavirus.
Yeah, man. I will say this. If you're on the fence about the shot, I mean, I'm not a doctor, but do your homework and then with that said, get the shot. I'm just
You recommend getting it?
Man, what you talking about? That ain't
Okay.
He the real deal. He the real deal.
But you had it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's the real deal. COVID is the real deal. 19, I don't want no part of 20. So,
But what are they saying about that though? After the vaccine how does that?
well, you're supposed to wait like
Because I'm be honest, that scared the hell out of me.
2 weeks.
Yeah, it did. I said, man, I know this man was vaccinated. I don't know.
Well, you're supposed to wait 2 weeks before. I mean,
Right.
say, after you get the shot, your second shot. 2 weeks after the second shot, then you're fully vaccinated. But if you don't, you still can catch it.
You got to be safe.
Yeah, you got to be safe. And I got, after we had the family thing,
Right.
I went to work that Monday and I was just tripping. I was, I'm at work telling everybody, I'm vaccinated. Y'all want to breathe my air. I'm charging $20 an hour.
Right. You know, set yourself up.
Yeah, I was talking smack,
Right.
But
and then turn around and
called it, right?
Okay.
So yeah, so I ain't
How many days were you down?
Oh man, how many days it really hit me?
I mean, everybody in my family getting vaccinated now. It's almost, you go to the cookout and everybody vaccinated. If you ain't vaccinated, you almost can't stand by the grill.
No, don't stand by the grill. And that's what we did.
Right.
know?
I mean,
Yeah, I mean, everybody at the cookout was vaccinated.
Right.
But I didn't get it from, the family. I got it from work. So,
Right.
yeah, the guy that come over my area, he got it from his old lady. She a school bus driver. So you do the math.
Yeah, y'all watch your coworkers. A lot of people getting comfortable because stuff opening back up.
Yeah.
But guess what? The whorehouse has been open the whole time. AIDS was busy escalating.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, as people be forgetting, like, oh, it's open back up. It must be safe. No,
Not really.
Right.
And that COVID's still out there waiting on you.
It's really still out there bad. I wanted to tell you, I know you had a chance to watch the last show when you was out with Sean Harris.
Oh, yeah.
Want to say to him, I appreciate him coming out. I had a lot of response, a lot of feedback. A lot of people want to hear a little bit more. I bought some books.
Yeah.
Started reading, man. Listen, the brother made me feel good. One thing about it, he said something about spending money, name brands. And I mean, just everything. Something everybody could use, period.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you being honest with yourself. And, in the spirit of brotherhood, I'm going to throw you out there. He said he don't buy no name brand clothing.
Oh, yeah, I heard him.
Oh, you heard that part?
Yeah, I heard that part.
Oh, okay.
Then I went into the COVID trip. I was like, what?
Right, okay. So like we should have had that show before the stimulus check got sent out, right?
There you go.
I was sitting there thinking to myself though,
Man.
because I had recently just received a gift of pair of sneakers that's over $200. And I was just sitting here thinking to myself, like, I mean, yeah, a little bit.
And he said, hey, I got 7 shoes. And
I ain't say nothing about it when he was here. I'm saying it because you here. We in the locker room tonight. I feel safer in the locker room. I ain't say that way I hate, but I want to say, bro, I got a brand new pair sitting in the closet right now. But, you know, I don't feel bad. You got on a polo shirt. I got on a shirt with no name brand, so.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Well, it is what it is. It
right.
Is what it is. Well,
right. I ain't going to put you on the spot.
Okay, how about now?
Okay.
No, man.
I do want to say, too, though, I appreciate him for coming in. He had a lot of good advice, man. A lot of interesting stuff we talked about last week.
Can I? He said something about not putting the kids out at don't put your kids out at what he say?
We putting the kids out too soon.
We put them out too soon.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all see my face?
Right. He said we putting the kids out too soon, man. We got to keep them at home.
Because when Junior step up in your face, it's time for Junior to
I can't remember what he said. I think he said it was like 27.
Yeah.
27?
27, bro?
Yeah, around 27. They should be ready.
It's going to be good to get him back. We got to talk
I don't know.
That. I just knew Disco was going to touch that.
I don't know how you can keep
I was sitting at home watching it. I was like, I know Disco was going to reach out.
I did, but I didn't because, you know, I didn't want to interrupt the man.
Right.
Something like that, but he had a valid point, which I kind of agree with.
Right.
If like they said, if they're blind by the rules and
Right.
trying to get themselves together, I'm cool with that.
Right.
But like you said, once they mouth back or once they try to sneak something in the crib,
Right.
or you know, do something to wake you out your sleep because
Right.
they went somewhere creeping,
Right.
that's when it's time for them.
I mean, because you know that's going to happen. So, I mean, a man going to be a man.
Yeah.
That made me think about our situation. Now,
Right.
before we got married, we were roommates.
Right.
Right. But we got to a point where we was just bickering over everything. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So my older brother came and his analysis was he said, just like lions.
Right.
He said, now, when a younger male lion start growing his mane, the older lion gonna run it off.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So you're gonna run into that type of, situation. You're gonna run into that type of stress. Now, that's a different, because we was siblings.
Right.
You know, when it's your child, that's different.
And my
But still, your child, if he grown, he grown.
My thing is this, listen, I tell my son, and I got 2 boys, and I tell them like this, look here, when you get to where you don't want to do what I say do,
That's when it's time to leave.
that's when it's time to go. You know,
Right.
I lock the door at a certain time, I roll in certain ways, I move certain ways.
Mm-hmm.
And when my ways, and when you can't bob and weave with my swinging, then you need to go
Right.
and do what you got to do.
Right.
Because you grown.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't knocking that.
Right.
These kids grown.
Right.
So be grown somewhere else, because all the grown is right here.
Right.
So, you know, that's where I see that. But I mean, I get that.
I mean, but how old do you feel like you were when you really got it?
You know what?
When you came, I mean, I ain't talking about you doing what you, when you finally realized you got it. You feel what I'm saying?
I'm gonna tell you what happened with me.
Okay. Okay.
17. All my homeboys were going out on Friday, Saturday, right?
Mm.
So they'd be like, go there. You want to go out Friday, Saturday? I'm like, hold on, let me see if my mama got some bread.
Okay.
It got to that point where I got tired of hoping that my mama had some money.
Right, right.
So that's when I got my first job. So I had to
Okay.
worry about that part.
Okay.
Now I'm out there experience life, movies and stuff. Now I'm meeting little broads.
Right.
But I got to be home at a certain time now while they still go part 2.
Right.
Right.
So we going to hang out with the chicks.
Right.
Now 11:30 hit, they going to go part 2. I got to
Right.
go home.
You got to
Right,
go in.
right.
Right.
So I
I ran into that
kind of
problem
fun I
too.
had.
Right.
So that's, you know what, now it's time for me to make a phone call. So I called my other cousin who had the same rules.
Right.
He was 1 year older than me. I
Uh-huh.
was like, cuz, let's go get our own spot.
Right.
You manned up.
And that's how we did it.
Right.
We started out there on our own spot together for about a year. And then we went our separate ways.
And this at 17?
This was at 18. At that
Oh,
time.
okay. By then you was 18.
Yeah. And I ain't been home since.
Wow.
I mean, so what do we, I mean, I don't know. Shit, you let them sit around the house till they 27, bro. You got to figure something out
Again,
faster than that.
But see,
But it may be about trying to help them get established. Now, if you got
That's what I was
but
going
you
to
can't get
say.
that confused. See, I think a lot of parents get that confused.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of mamas, I'm going to say, get that confused, but daddy don't want to put up with it.
Okay.
A lot of mamas get that confused because they think they helping them, because they worried about them, but they disabling them.
Right.
Like they're scared to let them go out there and catch the heat of the fight.
Right.
Right.
They want to hold on, but so when is it gonna be good enough?
But you know what? Some stuff they don't learn but by experience.
Right.
You got to,
Right.
you can keep them in the house and
I see your point.
yeah.
And I see your point. Now I'll say this: my oldest son, he moved out, but while he was living with me and he was making money, I need to see you saving.
Right.
And I just put some rules like, listen, this is what it's gonna be. Look, I need to see what you. I don't need your money because you need to understand everything right here gonna keep moving. Whether you get, we don't operate out what you make.
Right.
But because you living here, I'm trying to help you. You're gonna have to show me some money.
Right.
You're gonna have to show me your account.
Let me see it adding up.
Right.
Right.
Because you know, and sitting around here playing PlayStation and running with your boys and doing what you. I got to see what your money doing because otherwise you got to go.
Right.
Because at that point I'm not helping you. I'm hurting you.
Right.
And I'm not gonna do that to my son.
Right.
But I think the problem he was saying was the fact that I think
we put them out in that before they know.
They ain't ready.
Not only that, I think we so worried about the police and the way the cops are doing our kids. I think we more worried about that.
Taking us out of that.
Right there.
I think we more worried about that than we are.
But see, with that right there, I say you ought to.
I don't think worried about them paying a bill or we worried about them paying a car note.
Right.
We're worried about now you got this freedom.
Mm-hmm.
Now you come on 4 or 5 in the morning, get pulled over. What's gonna happen next?
Right.
Am I getting a phone call? You should got a ticket, or I'm getting a phone call. God forbid, I lost a son.
Right.
So I think that's more of the issue than it is anything else.
Right.
Yeah, and see that right there to me go into parenting too.
Right.
You know, I heard the talk coming up. You know, after 2 o'clock ain't nothing open. You know,
trouble.
Yeah, but trouble and all that kind of stuff. Right.
I told my son, because you grown now, just because you can don't mean you should. See, that's the part of it.
Right.
That's the part. And if you got the main thing, if you got a son that will listen, okay, just because you can't don't mean you should.
Right.
Okay, self-explanatory. The thing of it is this, man. You got to be able to handle that freedom.
Right.
You got to be mature enough to handle it.
Right. First of all, you got to be mature enough to achieve it.
Right.
Because just putting them out the house ain't no freedom. No. They just homeless. You know what I mean? If they don't know what they doing out there, they just homeless. You know?
Yeah, that's true.
They really are. It's just, you know, so you have to teach them how to maintain that freedom.
Right.
You know?
And again, I think that comes from the parenting because I think if you know as a parent, like for instance, I'm talking about me.
Okay.
If I know as a parent, I didn't teach my son how to pay a bill. I didn't teach my son how to budget his money.
Right.
If I didn't teach my son how to live,
You got to have more
I'm
patience.
gonna feel more pissed off if he go out there and fail because I didn't give him that.
The guidance, right?
But I showed you, and you know, but you just choose not to.
That's on you.
Again, now you playing on thin ice. Now you got that one time to stick that little bald head chick in the crib.
Right.
Or that one time to get caught chiefing in my crib.
Right.
That one time to wake up out sleep.
Right.
Because you was out there fooling around.
Right.
Now you got to go.
Right.
So it's a difference.
Yeah. Yeah. But
again, the family lifestyle too. Do you come from a home where the men are men?
Exactly.
Right.
So how's your family? Family built?
Exactly. And see, that's an important point because Disco, that's what we're talking about tonight. The basic fundamentals of your manhood.
Right.
How that is acquired and then how it's taught. And because we are, you know, of a people whose home, a lot of us come from broken homes. We can say it's the system and the system is true. But a lot of us, you know, just come from broken homes.
Right.
Our fathers weren't prepared to be men. Their fathers didn't prepare them. And this the results, you know, that we get. So what does it mean to have, you know, a mindset or a legacy mindset or a kingdom mindset? That's the way I'm putting it. Because you don't just wake up, you know, somebody, like I heard somebody say this, you can give somebody a fish sandwich, you can teach them how to fish. And what's been missing from our homes and in our communities is the people that's teaching folks how to fish.
Right.
And that's what we're trying to focus on here this month. We had Sean last week talking about financial literacy. Definitely got to get back to that.
Right.
Because that's a big thing with a lot of brothers. We spend a lot of time now, you know, when we first came out.
Right.
You know, talking about relationships and all this. And that's cool. But a lot of that stuff you really ain't going to get until you figure out who you are.
Right.
You know?
And back to the fish analogy. You know where we at now? You know, you can teach them how to fish.
Right.
You can give them a fish, teach them how to fish. But where we at now in 2021, we trying to buy the lake. All right, we want
Right. The
generational.
game I went right.
Right. I want the lake and all the land that's just
Right. And all the fish in the lake.
In the lake, you feel me?
Right.
I want the chickens on the ground. I want all of it.
Right. Legacy.
So the thing of legacy. So we have to get there. We got to we got to push. You got to push your children to achieve. Okay, you got a house. So him getting a house ain't nothing to do.
Right.
It should be in his DNA.
Exactly.
So you need properties. You need wealth. And so I really enjoyed Sean on last week. But like you were saying, we was moving to like when you was talking about the cops.
Right.
And one of the things that we wanted to touch
Did
on
want to touch on
tonight,
that? Yeah.
is surviving them blue lights.
Okay.
And it was something that I thought about. That it's one of those things that you got to have a talk. You know how most mothers have a talk with the daughter, and then the daddy got to have a talk with the son.
Right.
And we don't really think having to talk about dealing with them blue lights is important. But nowadays we're doing it. God, some kind of way we got pulled over and we didn't get killed and all this and that and the other.
Right.
But nowadays you gotta have a talk with your children. And then if you not had it with your children, have it with the neighbors' kids.
And you gotta make sure they understand.
And they gotta understand because we live in, man, they still killing our babies.
The kid that the last kid that the lady say she had the taser and shot him.
Yeah.
He was trying. I mean,
yeah.
You see what I mean? We need to know what to do, and I can understand that even as grown men, sometimes when you feel like you're doing the right thing, you know, if they out to get you, you know what I mean? It's some hoes out there. Some of them just like that. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, they are. But you got to be able to give your child some sense. And if you got some nerve about it and it nerve you up, imagine how your child might feel. Because 9 times out of 10, when they getting pulled over, they doing something stupidly. Something you probably wouldn't do. You know.
Man, when the subject came up and I began to think about it, I thought about when I got pulled over with my son. I got pulled over back. Let's see, he was a baby.
Wow.
Elijah's 24, so he was like 1 or whatever. And I'm taking him to the daycare. I'm riding, didn't realize my tag had expired. Cop pulled me over. I got my baby in the back seat. He drove down on me.
Wow.
And the reason he drove down on me was, I can't even make this up, but I'm telling y'all this. The cop stuttered. I'm talking about, and I could not make out what he was saying. And he kept saying, and I'm going, what? What? And about that third time, he went to draw back.
Oh man, come on.
I'm telling you, this happened. I took the keys out the ignition. I didn't even know, but I went into survival mode. I threw my keys over. I put my hands up. I was like, look, man, I got my baby in the car. So, I mean, this did hit home with me.
Right.
And you know what happened to us up here.
Right.
Up here,
yeah. Surrounded by cops.
They come out with shotguns in the face.
Right.
They been trailing us because we look like somebody that robbed.
Because we look like somebody that robbed
them all. I'm like, dude.
Come on, man. And it's funny because back then we was coming from churches. Y'all finna kill the church boys. Call for the church boys now. Right. Come on, man. Right.
You remember my cousin Rico, he waking up out the back seat.
Right.
And they didn't even see him.
They didn't see him. He coming up late.
I'm like, oh, hold up.
Right.
But man, we gotta talk to our kids. Listen, this is not about race. This is about these cops are scared.
It's about survival.
It's about surviving.
I don't know why they do that job if they scared, but they scared.
Now we between me and A, we began to talk about it. And I even went to a website. Y'all can go to Black Lives Matter and look up. But I'm talking to us to have these conversations with everybody. Right. Have it with your daughters. Right. Have it with your niece. Right. Have it with some. You'd be surprised. You might want to talk to your wife. Right. It's a couple of things that I want to touch on. If you're not safe when a cop put his lights on you, put your hazard lights on to let him know you acknowledge him, and you drive to a well-lit place where some folks can see you. Right. Because man, it ain't even funny. If you got a hands-free system, call somebody and get them on the phone before the cop get up and let him know, hey, Officer, put his name in, Officer John, badge 22357. I got my folks on the phone. I'm nervous.
Right.
You need to let him know where you at. I ain't got nothing. But I want to say this too. I know I'm just going.
And call me, like you said, put it on the. I think that's a good idea. Put it on the record. Look, man, I'm nervous.
I'm nervous.
I'm nervous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, bro.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm scared. I'm nervous. Don't shoot me.
Yeah. Yeah, that's funny.
No, we laughing about something. He was on the call.
I was on the call with him and he got pulled over.
Really?
Yeah.
But but you'll be surprised. You never know.
You'll be surprised, man.
That'd be something that right there. I mean, at the end of the day,
Yeah.
What if it went sideways?
Yeah.
At least you got somebody that can speak to what happened.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What happened? People need.
Well, I think too, what we got to focus on, and we like to march and do all this kind of stuff. We got to really march on the segment. We got to really push the issue about these cameras.
Right.
We not pushing the issue that every cop need to have his camera rolling at all times.
Right.
We're not talking about that.
Right.
We so worried about the race.
Yeah.
We so worried about what city it happened in.
Yeah.
We need to focus more on the law.
Right. If
the cop don't have the camera on him, he automatically gets suspended.
He's suspended and the charge, whatever it is dropped.
It's dropped.
You ought to be able to ask him.
And the video should belong to the public. Because that's the thing. They take the damn video and chop and screw it, and then you never know what happened.
We need to focus more on that. It's kind of like because personally, if I know I got a camera on me all day long,
right,
I may do stuff different in my life.
Exactly.
You feel me? So
Right.
Cop know you got a camera on him all from the time he walk out that car. He may address it differently because he got a camera. But if he know he can touch the little thing off, cut it back on, and it didn't work.
Right.
That's what they getting us at.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'll say this too, man. I'm gonna say this to the brothers. Man, know what's on your back. Know what's on your name. You got a warrant on you, man. They see that too when they pull you over.
Check your own stuff.
Make sure your stuff straight. Handle your business.
Did you hear what Atlanta just passed though?
What's that?
Atlanta passed a law last month where it's a special force now. If a cop get behind you, you got a warrant for a traffic ticket. They don't deal with you. They pull you over and they got another department that come deal with you when they pull off.
Okay.
It's called PAP or something like that. They announced it last month.
Okay.
Next day it stops.
So if they hold you,
they'll sit there for 1 second.
Okay.
They'll hold you till somebody else can come.
And another cop will deal with you who is lesser.
Okay.
I ain't gonna say a rookie cop, but there's another department.
Okay.
And they deal with all the soliciting, the warrants.
Okay.
The small stuff.
The small stuff, the misdemeanor.
So it won't get from that to that.
Right. They separating the apples from the oranges. Yeah. You know when you going at somebody with a weed charge or somebody with a gun charge.
Yeah, with a gun.
Right.
Different cop.
I mean, it makes sense. You got to think about it. Make it safer for everybody. But at the same time, they getting too scared if you walking up to the window gripping your pistol before you even got to me. If you doing this before you even get up to me.
Really?
See?
I'm talking. I had 5 when I had an incident at the job. That damn supervisor over the hurricane shirt.
Right.
Because I wouldn't leave the property. This woman called the police on me because I wouldn't leave the property.
And they drew down.
I came to my car.
Right.
5 married police officers jumped out of their car with their guns out. I'm sitting there with my hurricane shirt like this.
Come on, man.
And a damn shirt.
And see that, you know what the thing about that is?
That went so well, easy.
The thing about that is you willing to show me that you willing to kill me before you even know what's going on. That's crazy. And to me, that's what that is.
My car. When I came to my car, they came, put your hands up. I'm like this at my job.
That's how they was that night.
Man, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Oh, damn hurricane shirt.
These
now imagine a kid, a young boy under that situation.
These cops roll up with the power of judge, jury, and execution.
Right.
And what our problem is, we keep getting tried on the side of the street.
Right.
And a lot of time we don't win our case. We get shot.
Right.
You don't want to get shot in the side of the street. So I got a few things I want to spit off this website.
Okay.
One, don't argue with him. Stop arguing with him. Comply with him. I know it's hard. I know we dogs, and I know, but man, your objective is to make it home.
Right.
Your objective is to live, to bring officer so and so to court. You don't want to do that on the side of the street. You ain't gonna win that fight.
Right.
And then we got some brothers out there that
get your damn be heard in court. Yeah, you ain't gotta say everything out here. He done told you what you say or do might be held against you.
Exactly. I want to say that too. So stop talking.
Yeah.
Don't talk.
Okay, man.
Answer what don't tell him nothing.
Right.
Well, I have a couple of drinks, well, that, and then he taking you down. You don't
Right.
need to. Don't give
You
no.
done made the case for
Right.
him. Yeah.
Don't give free information.
Right.
Keep your mouth. Stay calm.
Right.
Keep your head. I mean, we know this because I
Yeah,
just
listen.
remember back in the day we were going off slave horse. Yes, sir.
Right. Yes, sir. Yeah, right.
And then
Yeah.
they started shooting us still. Anyway,
Right.
so man, come
Right.
on. But you still gotta calm down.
Calm
We
down.
know we dogs and we tough and we no punk. But I
Right.
want you to go home.
Survive.
Yeah, say it again.
Survive.
Let's see. I'm gonna hit some of these. I got them on this. Like I said, you can go to it's on Black Lives Matter, but I want to say this. Let me put these glasses on. Y'all know I can't see. Let me stop faking the phone. So I can put these things on so I can see. Be respectful. Remember, your goal is to make it home. Don't get in an argument with him. Always remember, you don't have to tell him everything because everything you say will be against you in the court.
Right.
Number 5, keep your hands in plain sight. Avoid physical confrontation. In other words, comply. Don't fight him. You know, he looked like a $1.5 and you want to snatch him.
Right.
You probably could bounce him. Most of us can.
Right.
Because they scared anyway.
Right.
But don't. Let's see, keep your hands, don't get in physical confrontation, and don't run. Stop running. Brothers, stop running.
Right.
Sisters, stop running.
Right.
Because when you run, they going to chase you.
Right.
And once they get to running that adrenaline, then they ain't thinking. Now they capping.
Right.
And then you better be real fast and can zigzag.
Right.
Don't run.
Don't run.
It's okay to tell the cop you're afraid. Don't run even if you're afraid. Let me find out. Even if you're innocent, even if you didn't do nothing and you know you can prove it, don't try to prove your case right there with that cop. Because he ain't trying to hit. He trying to let him win the conversation right there. He's not gonna win the case.
Right.
And where I'm at,
He ain't got no position in the courtroom.
No, man, because he gonna try you on the curve.
Right.
And then if you get wrong, he gonna judge and then he gonna execute you.
Right. And it sounds bad to say,
Yeah.
you know, because they really ain't got the authority to be doing all of that. But that is the reality. That is so much so the reality of what we see.
Okay, and the last one is watch your words, your body language, and your emotions. Don't lose your cool, man.
Don't lose your cool.
Don't lose your cool.
Right.
Because you want to make it home.
Right.
And you want to take it. And if he's wrong you want to take him to court.
Right.
Get you some lawyers to handle your business. But also, like I said, because think about it, man. If you got some stuff on your books from when you robbed somebody as a child,
Right.
gunpoint, you robbed somebody by gunpoint when you was an adolescent, you didn't know, maybe you growing up.
If you ain't been paying that child support,
did. They'll kill you for something you did when you was 15 and you
Listen,
20 years old.
You remember the man that ran with the child support? He was running. They had the child support warrant on him.
And they
shot him. And that was the one where the cop went and tried to throw the taser where the man body was.
Right.
And they had video of that. So yeah, it's I mean, it's crazy, but yeah, this is and I would say this, just listening at the list, okay, that is for, okay, the brothers and everybody that's listening, women and female alike, everybody. But what we want to happen now and what we're messaging, or what I am personally messaging the brothers, let's grow up a little bit to articulate this message where we go.
Right.
Talk to young people about it, because that's who it's happening to. Talk to young people about their behavior. Talk to young people about the perceptions they putting out. Look at the little young girl that was out. Now, the whole story, you know, the kids came over her grandmama's house and was trying to fight and all this and that. Now, you know, you probably would have fought too if somebody showed up at your grandmama's house.
Right.
You know what I mean? But then the thing is, when the law get there, when the police officer stand down, let them do their job. Let them handle this. You see what I mean? But when the little girl jumped up with the knife and the, you know what I mean, and then went for and the man shot her 4 times, man, that's hard to watch.
Man.
But you put yourself And that's what I'm saying. As a community, we got to teach and we got to learn self-control.
Man, what you talking about?
I mean, you see grown-ass people with no self-control. Women in the club still fighting. What the hell we still fighting in the club for? Didn't you have to be 21 to get in here?
Look,
Like, why are we fighting in the
that's
club?
why I told you I'm doing an event 35 or older to get in, period.
Right. Don't know.
35 or older.
Right. You hurt too bad.
It's sad to say this.
It
I don't know what age to start the women off at.
Right.
Because it used to be,
Yeah.
it used to be you can 21, you safe.
Right.
Right. Right.
Hell, I don't know where to put the women at.
You might have to start them at 35 now.
35.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Because I'm telling you,
They're a
yeah.
little crazy.
No baseball.
Nah, you're right.
No jersey.
Right. None of
None of
that.
that shit.
Right. They know how to
No
do.
sneakers.
Right. Because and then we need to get back to knowing what it means to be respected and to
Right.
be respectable.
Right.
You ain't getting nobody nothing to work with.
But you know why, Jay? I'm gonna tell you why. Because these kids don't feel nothing no more.
Nah, exactly.
See? And that's why them numbers running up.
Boundaries.
Either they got somebody intercepts
Right.
the discipline they gonna get,
Right.
or they got somebody to go to get sympathy,
Exactly.
or they pull the race card out all day.
Right. Right. Excuses.
They
Excuses.
ain't scared of nothing.
Excuses.
No boundaries.
They ain't scared of nothing.
No boundaries.
And it's sad,
It don't
man.
apply to them, and it does.
Cause back in our days, OG see you in the corner doing something stupid, may get you a little behind. homie.
Yeah, check
My
you on
bad,
something.
my bad,
But they trying to, yeah.
These little cats not allowed to pull out a gun and shoot you.
Exactly. Exactly. And then want to be out front,
Right.
out loud, and be the brightest thing. Man, you got to be
I can't wait
respectable.
for these stimulus checks to go just spill.
Right, so somebody can go sit down.
Everybody doing the most.
I mean, people not even going.
Everything our little cat getting cars with $1,400 down, car
Right.
will be $1,000.
Right,
And you can't tell nothing on Facebook right now.
right. They burning Miami up. They spending all the money in the 305.
I was reading today. I was reading today. They started talks about another one.
We is.
Really, another one? Yeah.
Another stimulus.
Man, come
I
on,
heard
man.
this. You heard it here first.
Uh-huh.
I heard that he trying to do $2,000 a month as long as COVID around, and then once it's over with, it's $1,000 per month. After that,
Wow.
yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
All the mamas getting money in July.
Okay.
For every child they got, they getting $300 for 5 and up, and $300 for 5 and below.
Right.
6 and up, they get $200 per child until it exceeds $3,800 a child.
Mm.
That's what mothers getting
Right.
in July.
Right.
So they get $300 for each child, not at one time.
So why is this?
Damn
though?
scared.
Why are we doing
Damn
this?
scared.
Yeah, no. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. It's too, man.
That started in July.
Okay, but for what though?
You scared me now. That,
All I'm hearing is they got jobs and ain't nobody coming to work.
man,
That's what I'm hearing.
Why
Exactly.
would you? Like right now, listen to me, right now.
But see, you know what? This sound like the same thing that the projects was.
On the news.
The projects was supposed to be a temporary situation, and look how many generations of people got handicapped
Correct.
in the projects.
Sit right all the way down.
Only thing we got right here is exactly this is a mental project.
Right. So you got an average person 20 years old to 30, right? They get paid on a normal job, let's say $11 an hour. They're gonna bring home probably $800 in 2 weeks.
Right.
So if the government gonna give you $355 every week, you losing $135.
Right.
So why would you get up in the morning?
To lose
$135. Right. That's why I don't know, man. They need to. It's time to round it up.
That's some.
It's
You know
time to
what?
round that on in, man.
And it's scary because the
Yeah.
projects, like you were saying, the
And
projects.
they at the mall with the money. It ain't like ain't nobody out here reinvesting their money trying to, you know what? I don't want to be negative.
No, I'm gonna be negative. I
For the 2 or 3, okay, go ahead.
I do it for you. I do it for you. I don't want you to put your name on it. I asked somebody the other day, and I don't care who called in.
Okay.
The average us,
Okay.
we don't say, get this stimulus check.
Uh-huh.
What we putting it back at?
At the Gucci store. I seen the line at the Gucci store.
At the outlet.
At the outlet,
So
yeah.
what I'm saying is, it ain't like we building up our own
No.
people.
Right.
We taking a rat across the street to come to the mall.
And then look, this the saddest thing.
Pay your debt off.
This the saddest thing.
Pay
You
your debt.
probably had your ass at the house at least 6 months.
Right.
It ain't worked. So not only have you lost the urgent sense of working, you ain't even thinking to reinvest that money. You still just a mule that's gonna take that money and give it right back to the Gucci store.
It might
or to the outlet.
That's smart. Jordan is. Jordan pushed his new Jordans to come out last week. He pushed it.
And he wanted to hit before the check.
He know who gonna buy it.
Yeah.
Right.
$200 a pop. They got that $1,400.
Right. Jordan gonna be more than two. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
They gonna get two pair.
Right.
He looking to get two.
Come on, man. And that's sad because now the projects is everywhere.
Right.
You can be in the suburb. You got a project mentality. You got a good job. You don't want to go back to that job. It just look different. You rather sit at home and get that little check, and your mind so preconditioned, you won't even invest that money to change your situation. So now everything about it is sitting in the government lap. Brothers, we got to do better than this, man.
Yeah.
I don't care if you can't do nothing but rake leaves, man. It's time to start a leaf raking business.
Something.
Think about it. You can't, if everything coming in our community is being handed to us,
right.
and trust me, the hand that giveth will take it away.
Unemployment stop in September.
Right. You see that I start back doing them evictions and stuff. All the folks that didn't pay rent.
Everything going down now.
But we still don't see it.
Crime go up now.
Right. Because look, they told you this. Okay, well, we're going to throw this $300 out here. And they threw that out there about a month before they started saying, well, this eviction it's gonna expire in June. So while everybody looking this way at the check coming next month, these people behind you getting evicted.
Right.
And you don't see it.
You don't even see it.
You don't even see it.
Wow. Yep.
And it's crazy. We have got to be more responsible as a people. And then, and since we're in the locker room tonight, brothers, what we have to do is we got to realize we got to find another way out. I commend you what you're doing here, Disco. This is his dream,
right.
His birth. Yeah, he got another job.
Right.
Just like we had Sean in here last week, and he was talking about how he was working, being a cop. Brothers, we got to get outside. And I ain't saying chase no check. Chase your destiny, man.
Right.
Find your reason, find your purpose. It ain't even got nothing to do with a check. Because sometimes you can be in business and ain't making money.
Right.
But it's just about having something to be able to, because guess what? My business may not be profitable in my lifetime. But if I pass it down to my son, if it can pay for itself, eventually it's going to do something.
It's going to do something.
I'm going to tell you something, but you're going to fall out your chair.
Uh-oh.
You.
Okay.
I'm going to put my hands up, man, and say, God talking to me, man.
Okay.
Like, I think what I'm dealing with right now, it's his way of sitting me down and saying, Disco, you can do this yourself.
Oh, yeah.
Because I tried to go back to work.
Yeah.
2-3 weeks ago, I didn't get released.
Wow.
Now I'm still out of work. I think I'm saying, look, I'm trying to show you.
You know.
Right.
I'm trying to show you.
You know.
So I'm gonna give you the heads up on it.
You know that's what it is.
Because
let me tell you
so
something,
I'm
man.
put my hands up first to tell you I see what you're talking about.
Oh yeah.
When you trust, I say this, when you trust, which people say, well, I got faith in God and I trust God. Trust in God is being able to roll with what he chooses for you. And sometimes what he chooses for you is a door being closed. And your comfort zone is being taken away. Everything feel good, gone. He may even do things that may even threaten your manhood or everything that you know to be who you are. He will shake that foundation. And then he gonna say, now do you still trust me?
Right.
Because listen.
That's word.
Like he said, you know how to, somebody gave you a fish and you know how to fish. But guess what he's trying to do? He's trying to give you the whole lake. He got to let your water dry up. Yeah, I know the story about Elijah. He got to dry up your creek so he can give you a lake. And the creek drying up is not comfortable. Going through, learning to do other things, sitting down, taking the time, re-educating ourselves as brothers.
Absolutely.
Google. Find something. Find a niche. It ain't that hard.
Find like-minded brothers. Yeah.
There's a lot of folks out there, and you're not taking advantage of that. You're just being forward.
Right.
I've always told my son, a man think forward.
Right.
You better have a plan and then another one. Always. Always know what you're going to do next. Always put money, because the buck stop with you. That's who God made us. He made us a man. It is what it is. You ain't got to fight about it. You are who you are, and you got to roll with it.
Right.
That's the hand you were dealt. Roll with it. So I mean, I get you on that. I understand that.
Yeah.
And that's you know what? That's happening to everybody. That's happening to me. That's happening to everybody.
Right.
in this season.
Right.
I mean, it's to the point now that a lot of jobs out there, they going higher on their pay grade
Right.
because folks done found their own way to make without them.
Right.
Folks done found their own
Right.
ways to make income.
A lot of people are waking up,
So
man.
now they saying, oh, we'll give you sort of 10, we'll give you 18.
Mhm.
At Target.
Right.
Target paying $18 an hour right now.
I seen jobs paying 30,
It can be a setup,
27.
though. But
Right.
listen to me. It can be a big setup, because what they're going to do is they'll start you off like that.
Right.
And once everything get back to normal, slice you in half again.
Mm-hmm.
Now you like, damn, I should stay doing my business I was doing.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why, just back to what you were saying, and like you were just saying, Disco, I can say this for 2020, you know, and anybody know me know I own a barbershop. For 2020, when we shut down with the COVID, you know, that really slammed. I mean, with us, it's a pay as we go type situation. So when all the expenses, and it really made me reevaluate myself as a man, my business plan, my long-term projection, all of this and that, it made me uncomfortable. But at the same time, and see, that's why it's important to know who you are and what your purpose is, or be connected to a purpose.
Right.
It reminded me, you know what? I've been putting this nonprofit in your spirit a long time. Now you got time to do it. You see what I'm saying? Now I'm at home. Yeah, of course I was, you know, ain't no money coming in. You frustrated. You financially frustrated as a man because everything rides on you. But it was a season for me to sit. It was a season for me to just keep sowing and to keep, you know, investing and just keep putting your time. This is what you're working on. And it's like, okay, well, what about everything around me? And then it went back to kind of what you're saying. Well, okay, well, do you trust me?
Right.
Like, well, I mean, ain't nothing coming in. Like, you know, and it's in those times that you learn, man, that you really, you know, learn what it is to trust God, number one. And I ain't even talking about it in no religious way. This is through experience. When you waking up every day and you staying faithful to something and you coming into something and you don't see, you know, how you gonna come out on the other end of it, but something in you is so connected to it that you can't let it go.
Right.
You know, that's part of knowing and finding and walking towards your destiny. And as men, we don't like to feel that way.
Right.
We don't like to feel insecure at all. You know what I mean? We want to wake up and know I got enough money to do what I got to do. If I can protect myself, I can go get it, then I can protect it, I can build it, I can do whatever. But sometimes when we're stripped of all of those securities and put into place where we have to trust God, you know what I mean? It really calls us to grow.
Right.
And that's really what it is. It's an opportunity for growth, you know.
I want to say something too. I want to touch on something. I'm going to take you a little bit farther than what we just talked about. I want you to know that you're more than your money you bring in. You are a source of endless possibilities. All you need is an idea. And if you trust God, and he will give you the wherewithal or the people that will cross your path to execute.
Right.
Okay. So to all the brothers that you're more than your money. So if you just think, if everything about you is your paper, then you're missing. Because I like to speak to the posture of a man.
Right.
The way you move, the way you love your children, your legacy, your word.
Do your word.
Are you a truthful man? Do you keep your word? Are you a man who respect boundaries? Are you a man who respect God? I'm not saying speak in tongue, but you need to have some kind of walk or knowledge of you and your creator. You understand what I'm saying? Because a lot of us, we move and we just do, and we get exploited. Okay, yeah, we wear the name brands, we get pulled, and there's so many more things in our lives. Our children, your handprint. When I say your handprint, your words in your children, your words in your children. Who are you? How do we move? Okay, I'm gonna say this. We Jameses. We serve God. This is where we come from. Give them sense of grounding. And then also, you got to be a man where your words carry weight. You know what I'm saying? Now, you're not seeing people just talk junk and don't mean nothing.
That's my phrase. I say your credit.
Yeah.
Credit is your name.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's a lot of things. So when I say the posture of a man, when you ain't doing these things, man, your posture is lacking.
If your word don't mean nothing, it don't matter how many you have.
Your children don't even believe you.
You can talk.
Your children don't even believe you. Your woman don't respect
Right.
you. Your posture's lacking.
I surprised folk when you say that, James. When people call me about different stuff, they say, "Do I got to sign something?" I'm like, "Nah, man. You got one time to cross me.
Right.
We ain't got to meet up. We ain't got to do no
None of that.
Right.
Keep my
You
word.
gonna pay me on Thursday for this, whatever.
Payment.
I take your forget you signing paper.
Right.
I want you working.
Right.
Right.
So that's me. You got one time to cross me. You got to worry about it no more.
Right.
So
That's what it is.
And we definitely got to get back to that.
we got to affect, man.
Right.
We got to affect. And then I say this, and I went back, and I will go back and touch. Know, like I was saying before, know what's on your name. Know what's in your book. Know if you got wants on yourself. Know if you handle your business. If you know them folks gonna get you ride with no insurance, go get insurance.
Right.
Do what you gotta do, man.
Right.
Don't tell me we can't do what we gotta do. If
Right.
you can go buy you some $230 whatever,
Right.
or $300 or $400 Jordans, you can get. You see what I'm saying? Cause see what happens.
If you ain't been paying that child support, your license are
It's
suspended.
easy. If you know better, do better.
Do better. Cause see what happens is
Right.
we got other people
Period.
because we get caught up with little things.
Exactly.
Then we can't make decisions on big things.
Right.
And what's happening is those folks. Oh, I'm just gonna say the folks downtown. Those
I
people
like that.
downtown.
That's good.
Those people downtown are legislating and making laws to govern us,
Right.
and we don't have a say.
Right.
Now something's real wrong with that.
Right.
And then we wonder what kind of world we living in. We're living in a world where some folks downtown made the rules on how we live. Now how I'm gonna be
Based on how we walk.
how I'm gonna be a
They
man.
made it based on how we walk.
Right, based on what you do. Then okay, if you're gonna do that, then we're gonna put you there.
Exactly.
Right.
And if you want a handout, then we're gonna stick it in your hand.
Exactly.
I'm gonna control you one way or another.
One way or the other, and that's what's going on right now.
And so then when you
That's our job. to do.
when you get up and you want to look
Same
at your
thing.
son in the face and tell him this, that, and the other.
Right.
You can't because you in the system.
Right.
You got
Everything been
two
handed to
strikes
you.
on your back.
Right.
You can't even carry. You can't even
Right.
protect yourself.
Right.
You can't protect your woman. You
Right.
can't even go and get something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So all this,
Right.
we can't vote. You don't count.
Right. You got to get in and you got to infect the system. And then you don't just want to keep sitting back
Right.
preaching to your kids about the same system and you locked out of.
Right.
You can't even make no difference in it.
It's a lot. It's a lot. That's why we
But the biggest thing is raising your family and being responsible about your behavior, your conduct. I don't think, I've never seen a day where it's okay to just be an ass every day. Ain't no other way to say it. Some people are just,
Something bad.
it's horrible.
That's my nickname. My wife called me an asshole.
It's-
I hear that more than I hear my own name.
right. I'm just saying, man, it's horrible though.
right.
It's horrible everywhere you go. And then it don't matter because, you used to be able to say, well, I'm going to go to, look, back in the day, when you go out there, we're going to go to Lennox because it's nice out there. Man, they out there.
Right.
You can go to the nice restaurant, they in there. But they don't have no respect for themselves.
You know, reality hit me, man. Well, it been hit me a long time ago. I'm not no shopper. This is what I wear 24/7.
Okay.
A $10 DISCO100 shirt. That's it. It's some regular pants. But when I moved here, man, I went to come to the mall to get, I think it was a polo shirt because we like wearing polo at the crib.
Right.
And then I went to Lennox Mall, met somebody up there, and went to the same store. That same polo shirt was like $1 more because it was a Lennox Mall.
Right.
So I see all these folk walking around Lennox Mall, and I hate to judge a book by its cover,
Right.
but I hate to be like that. But I know
Right.
good well y'all belong and come to the mall with me,
Right.
but y'all over here at Lennox Mall.
Right.
Just to
Right.
say y'all,
Right.
and y'all walk around that one damn bag
Right.
all day long. That
Right.
One bag.
Right. Right.
One little bag.
Right.
You walk around, everybody see you at Lennox Mall.
Right.
That's the myth we live in. It's like we want to show and tell. We
Right.
can't do it without telling.
Yeah.
Without showing.
Yeah.
We got to show and tell everything we do.
Yeah.
Then we turn around and tell everybody mind your business.
Right. Right.
Because we try to
Right.
try
When
to
everything got there, we telling somebody
Right.
mind their business.
Listen, I mean, my eyes open. I sat here last show, and this man said he ain't wearing no name brand stuff, but his family gonna rent an island when they go.
on
vacation.
Now that got
Now that's what you know what I mean.
that
That-
got to shake.
That's real.
right, that's real.
That's real.
But we, come on, man. We rather throw on the flea market jewelry and go in the club and end up in a fight because we down there trying to be seen and known about among everybody else who caught that same jewelry
I
on
told
sale.
somebody this today, I swear to God, I told somebody this. I said, you got to be a real messed up individual to sit there and boast with nothing but fake stuff on your body.
Right.
Parts that ain't
Right.
yours on your body.
Right.
You got to be a messed up
Right.
individual
Right.
in your head to wake up every day
Right.
and post a video
Right.
of statue about yourself.
Exactly.
For what?
And guess what? If everything you got on real, and you ain't got that in the bank account, you still a clown.
Well, somebody told me,
Still a clown.
there was a chick on here one day who asked about that Cardi B person.
Okay.
And the chick said her grandma always told her, if I can't put what the bag worth, I don't need the bag.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So that
Wow.
person
Exactly.
if I can't put 50 in it,
Right. I don't need it.
Like,
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, that's common sense.
What the thing of it is we
A bag, you broke. Right.
Chuck E. Cheese told us.
Right. And
we as a people
and the
are
bus gone.
easily, and I'll say this because we grew up in different situations. We grew up whatever it was. I ain't gonna even go down that. But we grew up without somebody putting those words of value,
Those values,
those
right.
things that grounds us, those things that keep our stuff that like what we're thinking now, stuff that don't make sense.
Right.
Well, see that stuff. I mean, some of us have to live long and see and grow, but some of us we didn't get it from when we was a child. So
Right.
we'll go out and we'll buy value and we'll buy what we want.
Right.
When really all of that comes from the inside.
Right.
All of that, the stuff you really want is the stuff that holds you, the stuff that keeps you,
Right.
the stuff that matures you, the stuff that keeps you from getting caught up into stuff.
That's what Kanye
And
say.
so-
The people with the lowest self-esteem.
I'm gonna put it in football perspective. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
My coach told me in high school. I remember I scored a touchdown. In high school, you ain't allowed to spike the ball. You're not to celebrate. And I went ballistic. My coach put me on the side. Like, said, "Look here, act like you've been there."
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Pretty much say what you're saying about the stuff you want to broadcast.
Yep.
Act like you've been there.
Yep.
Act like you had it before.
Right. Right.
Exactly.
You be used to it, but you got to tell the whole world.
Exactly.
And
Because
the
you ain't
thing
gonna
of
find
it is-
nobody who really got it doing all that.
The thing of
Dang
it
it.
is,
Right. For what?
because you won't have it long, because if you
Right.
praise it, then it's gone.
Right.
And I tell you another thing, God ain't gonna trust you with stuff. He ain't finna give you putting that in front of you that you gonna make bigger than him.
Right.
If you can handle it, then he can give it to you.
Right.
But if you can't handle it, I'm sorry.
Take it.
You don't have to go out there and work for it, because he ain't gonna. And then we'll get stuff and say, well, the Lord.
Right.
We quick.
Right.
We so
He ain't
quick.
gave you no struggle
We so
now.
quick.
You went and got your own
Listen, if
struggle.
money your God.
Right.
Listen, if money is your God, he's not finna give you money
Right, nah.
to compete against
Nah.
money in your
Right.
life.
They're like
Right.
people going to work. They go to work late every day. Then they go to work and get in a fight.
Right.
They go to work and don't do their job. They help about the devil busy.
Right. And they get laid off. You know, the devil done laid me off on my dog. You got yourself out there like that. You lack self-control.
Right.
First of all, you didn't get there on time. Then you got there with an attitude. Then you end up fighting.
And then the devil
I mean,
did it.
yeah, and then the devil did it. But it all points back to you and your habits.
See, think about it. And I'll say this: people think that he does that. People think that he will give you something that he know. I mean, he's a good parent.
Right. Right.
I mean, he's our father.
Right.
I mean, no more than you. See, now you got me going to scripture. No more than you give your kid a snake.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to get you. Go ahead.
No more than if your kid asks for a steak, you give him a snake.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If he can't handle that snake, he ain't getting it.
Right.
So I wanted to say that, but all I want to say is, brothers, be about something. Move
Fighting
in your
points.
vein.
Yeah.
My fighting points. We all ready?
Yeah, go ahead. No, you got it.
Be about something. Let your words carry weight.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be moved. Don't get caught up in a whole bunch of stuff, man.
Right.
And raise your children.
Right.
Love your wife.
Right.
People like, well, how you get, man? I'm gonna tell you. People say, well, how did I get it? You know what I did? I went to work and I went home.
Right.
And I love my wife.
And
guess
give
what I
us some
did? I
brothers
did it
and
over and over and over and over.
Wow.
And stuff started changing.
Right. Amen.
You do it long enough,
Right.
it'll change for you.
Say do another for the change.
Go to
That's
work,
true.
go home. Go to work, go home. After a while, you'll be surprised. You catch up on some stuff.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely that, man. We got to start somewhere, brothers. Even if it's just, and I'm glad we're having this conversation tonight. Reach out to some other brothers. Let them know that this, what we're doing in here now is we're fine tuning, man. We're going to start doing some fine tuning among brothers. I always enjoy coming in here, talking to the different brothers. We got some stuff popping up on the screen now. I'm getting ready to talk about that in a minute. Cool. But coming in here with the brothers and talking about what we can do. This ain't just no lemon party. I was about to call it something else. No, this is where we come in and say, hey, you know what, y'all, let's look at our community. Let's see what we can do. Because guess what? When I look at us, I see ability. I don't see this disability that everybody trying to, put on us. We can do what we set our mind to do. And I think now is just the time of setting our mind to what's important. And I think it's time for us as a community to look into our own communities. We can look at the government and keep saying, well, the government doing this and that. Okay, when they get through doing whatever they gonna do, because they are definitely busy, okay, what would we have done for ourselves? Okay, don't just sit back. What would we have done for ourselves after all of this has been done? Yeah. So I appreciate y'all joining the conversation tonight. Elijah, I appreciate it. Lovely. Great to have you back, man.
Glad to be back, man.
Great to have you back in here. Glad to be back in the locker room talking to the brothers. Yep. Yeah, we gonna get on this some more, brothers, because we got to talk about these young fellas. We got to talk about raising them up to be responsible. Yep. We got to get a vision so we can tell them what the vision is.
Right.
We got to see it so we can tell them what it is, and we got to make it real. But I do want to say, my nonprofit Community Core Inc. is up on the screen. Monthly, we do different things. We started out doing Kids Club. We do that monthly. Up on the screen, you can see that you can go online and donate. We are a fully tax deductible entity, so you will be able to get tax deductions for any donations that you make. 100% of our money is used toward the events and the things that we do in the community. And this is just one of the things that, we got involved with in order to give back to the community. This month, Business of the Month, and we reach out to the community, get the community involved, is Mimi's Boutique and Thrift. They are also located in Ackworth, Georgia. And this month, we're going to be doing, we partnering again with another business out in Ackworth, Rockwell Dance Academy. We're going to be there, but we're going to be with another business sponsor, Holistic Heals. They're going to be coming in and they're going to be doing the yoga lessons with the kids. We're going to get the kids involved. Parents, you can come out. It's free. Ain't nobody charging nothing. Mask will be, we're going to ask that the kids bring and wear their masks. We still, doing the social distancing and everything we do need to do to be safe. But definitely want to draw everybody's attention to these events. If you're in the area, call, tell somebody about it. If you know somebody in the area, let them know that this may be going on. Again, you can get more information about the nonprofit itself, communitycoreinc.com. Okay, and you'll see on there, you have the opportunity to donate. So I do solicit your help, your assistance in what we're doing out here in the community. Thank y'all again for joining us today. Elijah, you got any final words? I feel like you should close us out today, man. You've been gone. We're gonna.
Okay, well, let's go to a well-lit area. Right. Get somebody on your hands-free signal and just comply and live to fight another day. Live to go home to your family, and that's all I got to say today.
Okay, well, everybody, thank y'all for joining us here on a new night, Mindset Monday. We'll see y'all 2 weeks from today, the 24th.
That's it.
We'll see you then.
Peace.